Hey guys, welcome to another video. We're going to be looking at the longest overtime that's been played on an RLCS LAN ever today, and that's between Team BDS and Evil Geniuses. But really, the other reason I wanted to make this video is just to chat about the LAN that's just finished. I'm just back home now in Scotland, and I've got a couple of apologies. First of all, for the state of my voice. I did lose it pretty badly because of all of the casting, all of the yelling and excitement, and all of the talking that I was doing while I was there. But secondly, I have to apologize for baiting all of you. Myself and Stumpy didn't announce that we were going to be there for the second day of the LAN. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we didn't want to jinx it. We only found out that we were going to be going on the Monday before the event, which started on Wednesday. So we knew we were going to go on Monday, got our passports back from the US Embassy on Tuesday, flew out on Wednesday. But even when that was confirmed, we still weren't, we weren't in a position that we wanted to be jinxing it or announcing it, because you've got to do a COVID test before you fly. So that's at the airport morning of departure, and then of course we have to get through US customs, and it's been a long time. I've been to the US many times, but not since before COVID, so we didn't want to jinx anything. We weren't going to believe that we're truly there until we're actually feet on American soil at the other side of US customs. Hopefully you guys don't mind. And once we're there, we decided to turn it into a content piece, which was a ton of fun. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, I'd recommend you go and look at it. It was day 2 of the event. Right near the start of the pre-show, we decided to crash the party and take over from Dazra and Arilda's. Yeah, all in all, fantastic weekend. Incredible event. Definitely one of the best events, if not the best event that I've had the honor of being a part of. Definitely the best event that I've been able to be a part of in the casting crew. But yeah, I've got so many great memories from many LANs in the past. Obviously, recency bias. I'll have to wait and see when that's finally died down. Where does this LAN stand next to epic LANs like Season 5, Season 6, and so many more. Season 3 and Season 2 as well. I've got fond memories from being Flipside Tactics Manager. So many epic LANs in Rocket League history, but this one was definitely right up there. Absolutely incredible weekend. Anyone who came up on the Saturday and Sunday to say hi, take pictures, thank you guys so much for first, flattering me, but also, just for having the best vibes ever. I was really exhausted, and I don't know if you guys could tell. The first 2 days that I was there casting, I was extremely tired. That was the Thursday and Friday in studio. I was massively jet lagged, and I didn't get the best sleep at all. So I was just trying to stay awake and trying to keep up with everything that's going on. But as soon as we got to the live audience, as soon as we got to go to I always call it the Lo-Fi Stadium by mistake, the SoFi Stadium, the YouTube theater, it was just great energy, and it's really just all of the crowd being there and all of the people coming up and saying hi that made that a thing. Last night I slept 16 hours. I'm pretty sure I slept 16 hours after finally getting back, because there's so much sleep to catch up on after this week. But yeah, while I was there for the Saturday, Sunday, I had endless energy, or at least it felt like I had an unlimited pool of energy, because the crowd and everybody coming up to say hi were just so awesome. It's just so great to see everybody in person again. A little bit of a freeze there in the replay. Looks like that was on the replay end though, so we're just going to let that play through. It'll happen again if we run it back. But yeah, not going to be talking much about the game. Hopefully you guys don't mind. This is literally just a cool game to have in the background while we talk about the LAN. But yeah, where was I? So yeah, special shout out to the handful of people who came to say hi to me, and they brought with them something that I'd signed either in Season 1 or Season 3. That absolutely blew my mind. The fact that some of you guys met me in Season 1 or Season 3, the other 2 RLCS LANs, which happened in LA. I was at both of them, just as a fan for Season 1, and the Season 3 I was manager of Flipside. But yeah, the fact that some of you guys kept something that I've signed for that long and then brought it back for me to sign again, something I honestly can't comprehend. It truly is mind-blowing. And from speaking to all the other players, casters, and everyone else, all the Psionics guys at the event, they echoed the same sentiment. This was by far the most passionate group of Rocket League fans I've ever seen. You guys are awesome, and can't wait to do this again in London for the Spring Major as well. But yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to, well, that's a whole bunch of things I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about BDS and Evil Geniuses, because they both had pretty interesting stories as well. I am going to talk about, you know, other aspects of the LAN other than what I was getting up to. For BDS, first of all, Fall Major defending champions in that group with G2, Evil Geniuses and Team Secret, turned out to be just as much of a group of death as I was expecting it to be, with Team Secret performing very well, even though they weren't able to win a series. Evil Geniuses looking very solid, getting out of the group over Team Secret, and then able to reverse sweep Dignitas in round 1 lower bracket before falling at the hands of Team Queso, which is nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, absolutely beastly group here. But for BDS, a very disappointing LAN. These guys have come to expect nothing short of winning when it comes to majors, and they only finished 7th, 8th equal at this one, losing again to FaZe. So not a good historical matchup that's turning out to be. But yeah, first of all, before we can talk about BDS losing to FaZe, have to mention the fight back attempt that they had against G2, which was a great series. That was a really fun one to watch. I was on the desk for that with T-Bates, and he was, I think Roldus was there as well. T-Bates was running circles around the desk. He couldn't contain his excitement. BDS almost reverse swept G2, which is just a distant memory at this point after everything else that happened, especially in the live part of the event. But yeah, BDS winning game 3 and 4 there against G2, very impressive stuff. And then I think it was Mark had a devastating, essentially open net miss with 10 seconds left before losing to G2 in overtime. Yeah, that was a really big moment for me, looking at very, very powerful moment, seeing Mark miss a shot like that, which is usually routine for him. And then camera cuts to him after the game, and he's just so devastated by it visibly. As a caster and as an analyst, these are moments that we have to talk about, but it's never something that we want to talk about. A big mistake like that from Mark, or there was the G2 blunder as well in the grand final to reset the bracket. These are things that you have to talk about because it's such an important part of the story. But yeah, seeing the emotion from players in that moment really makes it difficult, knowing how much it means to them. And that was definitely BDS, I think, biggest moment of the entire weekend, just that close to topping the group, and then who knows what happens after that. But yeah, Evil Geniuses as well. This is a team that I knew would be a threat to anyone in this group. I actually went for a bit of a bold prediction, saying they would take down G2 in the opening match. It didn't turn out that way because G2's form was just so impressive. They managed to bring every bit of their online form into LAN this time around, which is a big step up from their 3 players compared to how well they did in the Fall Major. And a fully deserved result for them as a result of that. But Evil Geniuses still, I think, did really well for their debut LAN. They took down Team Secret, who are a really, really scary team. Team Secret took G2 to game 5. VG were able to take them down 3-1. Evil Geniuses here taking the longest overtime in RLCS LAN history against BDS, and they've been on the back foot for the majority of this. Already 4 saves for Ivan and Rizix in this one, as BDS pile on the pressure. And I've not been talking about the actual game that we're watching, but you have seen so many goal line saves on really impressive BDS plays and BDS shots on target. Yeah, well done to Evil Geniuses, especially in the reverse sweep of Dignitas. That was such an impressive one to witness, because Dig just couldn't get it together this weekend. Reverse swept by SSG, reverse swept by Evil Geniuses. I'm sure they'll bounce back stronger in the future, but EG and Space Station proving to be a bit too clutch and a bit too strong in the business end of the series for even a team like Dignitas to hang with them. But yeah, beyond that, I have to talk about BDS and their match that happened later in the event against FaZe. BDS just didn't get it together. They were all over the place, and FaZe proving that they've got one of the most consistent levels and consistent floors on LAN out of any team in the world. The only team to make top 4 at both majors so far, and that puts them in a really, really good spot for NA. Looking like they're going to finish top 3 alongside G2 and NRG once this year is done, which is massive, because top 3 is almost guaranteed an automatic world spot for both EU and NA. We'll have to wait and see what happens at the last major before we can confirm that. But yeah, FaZe looking real consistent on LAN, although their peak is not as good as some of the other teams who were able to go deeper in the tournament. Yeah, that's my thoughts on these two teams and their weekends. Did get a chance to, well, it's the first time I met all the EG guys. They're all awesome to talk to, and every interaction I had with players. And also I have to mention players' parents. My goodness, just the loveliest people and the nicest people you could ever meet in the entire world. So shout out to them. But yeah, Evil Geniuses, great job by them finishing top 8 in their debut LAN. Phenomenal result. And BDS, you know, it shows how good they are and what we've come to expect from them, that you call that same top 8 just a terrible result for them. But yeah, they'll be back, and they'll, I'm sure, be able to play well in the future. The BDS in this game are actually playing pretty well in offense. They're linking up, they're outpacing EG pretty consistently, and they were just the team who are all in attack the entire thing. 3 shots for Evil Geniuses, 3 shots here, and it's not because they're not trying to shoot. I think they might have, yeah, they just got a 4th right there, but as the 5 minute of overtime came and went, they were on 3 shots, which is a ridiculously low total because BDS are just all over them. They're completely dictating the flow of the game, but EG are such a resilient roster. They play so well for each other in defense that they can do this. They hang on so well against just about anyone. This is going to go on for a little bit longer though, for fear of spoiling the exact time. I won't say, but I'm sure you guys, even if you haven't watched this game, know that if it's going to be the longest overtime in RLCS LAN history, then it has to be a bit longer than 5, even 6 minutes. But let's just let it play on through here. Now, M0nkey specifically, I wanted to mention, he did have, individually at least, another world-class performance, even with BDS not living up to their usual level. I think outside of the top 6 teams, M0nkey was by far the best individual player, and he's just a complete monster on LAN. That was you know, from group stage to taking down OCE's Pioneers in round 1 lower bracket, and then of course losing a phase. M0nkey throughout the entire LAN, a really impressive individual level, but Rocket League's not an individual game. You can be playing exceptionally well, putting up numbers, and you know, playing great as an individual, but if your team isn't doing well, then you're not going to make a deep run these days. It's just far too stacked. The teams at the top are just playing well individually and playing well as a team, something that M0nkey wasn't able to really do as well compared to the fall major. The shout out as well, I briefly mentioned them there, the Pioneers from OCE actually going to game 5 with BDS. Now they got a bit of a lucky group draw, well, not really a draw, but themselves, Space Station and Dig, did not have to play against Sandrock, who are unfortunately unable to be there. And that got them an automatic run through to the bracket. You know, they opened the series against Space Station and Dig in the group stage very well. They took a game off both of them before taking BDS to 5 in lower round 1. It really shows that OCE is becoming a much deeper region. It's not just 2 teams. It used to be just 1 team for the longest time doing well, then 2. Now we've got a 3rd team getting in the mix, and there's even more online as well who have yet to make that international debut. Who knows by the end of this season just how many OCE talents we're going to see. Pioneers definitely doing themselves proud, and as I left the hotel to go to the airport on my way home, I did get to say goodbye to them, and they said see you in London. Those boys are confident. The youngest team on average at the entire event, and they're very confident in their own ability, hoping to make a return to LANs in London. Yeah, what more is there to say? I'm sure I'm going to be talking plenty about the RLCS LAN in streams that I've got coming up soon. Going to be making a return to Twitch. Well, actually, I've got a stream tomorrow as I record this for the second part of the Lenovo event, so definitely tune in there. I won't be able to interact with chat much on that one though, because I will be casting a UK LAN, a smaller UK LAN that is happening, and I'm co-streaming that. But yeah, if you want to ask any questions about the LAN or just hear any stories about the LAN, just swing by my Twitch channel. I tweet before all my live streams. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know when I do go live. I'll be talking plenty about the LAN in coming days, because I'm sure I honestly haven't even scratched the surface on everything that went down. But the last thing I do want to say in this video, the last thing I wanted to talk about, since this is my first video back after the LAN happens, is, well, there's 2 more things actually. Number 1, shout out to T-Bates and Roll Days coming on for their first ever event as official talent. They're a joy to work with, and they did a fantastic job. They're complete naturals. And also, you know, we had CJ once he was eliminated coming on. Those of you who've seen him on the mic before know that that is just another incredibly natural guy on the microphone. So awesome to see him. And I believe it was also Spaceman and Stacks RLCS LAN. Oh no, Stacks did. I think he did announcing or something at season 6. I'm actually not sure if that was his first one, because I'm pretty bad at remembering who's done what event where. But yeah, there's a couple of other guys who have casted RLCS online who made a first the LAN. And just across the board, all in all, the whole talent team are phenomenal to work with. Genuinely, just really a team. That's what makes it so easy to work with those guys, and I think what makes the shows go so well. So yeah, shout out to all the talent. Hopefully you guys liked what you heard online. Hopefully it was as fun to watch online as it was to be a part of that in person. But yeah, there's your post-game stats for the longest overtime in RLCS LAN history. EG completely stuck in defense, but getting the saves while they are stuck there. BDS putting up a ridiculous number of shots, but coming out second best. Thought we'd watch Monkey Moon POV because it's definitely more exciting although both can be exciting, it's definitely more exciting to watch a team who are the one piling on the pressure, putting up 9 shots, and a team who are just stuck in goal making saves. Both are very fun, but yeah, BDS really running the show in this game, and EG clinging on, doing a phenomenal job to get the win in the longest RLCS LAN. BDS did take the win in this one overall, and that is what put them top 2 in the group and had them playing against G2 for the number 1 spot in the first place. But well done EG, getting top 8 at the debut LAN. Phenomenal stuff from them. But yeah, last thing I was going to talk about, so before we finish this video, is so a lot of people were talking about EU NA this, EU NA that, and you know, analyst desk, are they going too hard on that storyline, and home crowd, do they care too much about it as well? I'll talk about that more in coming streams and videos, but you know, the one thing I want to say to just address that immediately is I don't think there's any problem with the EU versus NA banter that happens, especially on the analyst desk. And I tweeted this out in my AMA on my return flight. My philosophy has always been, and it will remain, that as long as the hype, as long as the energy, as long as the tone is the same for both teams when you're, you know, making a big call for a goal, or when you're hyping up the crowd on a team's walkout, as long as for me the energy is the same there and the appreciation is the same there, then I don't have a problem with somebody having a personal favorite team on a prediction or on an analyst desk segment or other content pieces similar to that. So yeah, enough witch hunting with that topic. I think some people are just a little bit thin-skinned when it comes to all that. It's all fun. And it's all just you know, content at the end of the day. When these big argument segments finish, when you've got the guys like me or Stumpy or CJ arguing with one of the First Touch podcast guys on the desk, as soon as those segments finish, where there's like big arguments and everybody's at each other's throats, camera cuts to the next thing, and we're all just laughing because we're having such a good time making that content for you guys, and getting that opportunity to do it live on the RLCS desk is a dream for all of us. So yeah, it's there's no bad blood between us, and there never should be between all of you guys watching online as well. I think that overall the result of the LAN was super scripted, big win, getting to watch the home crowd react to that grand final. Awesome moment, awesome to see. But I'm so glad we got that bracket reset too. Well, anytime there's a double elimination bracket, you want to see a bracket reset. So I'm glad we got that, because those are always the most exciting LANs, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I'll talk more about that, like I said, in my streams and the videos that are coming up. Just wanted to briefly mention that, yeah, there really is, in my opinion, no issue with having a personal bias in an analyst role. As long as you're giving the other team, as long as you're giving every team the credit that they deserve, and as long as you're giving them all the praise that they deserve, and yeah, every team is getting the appreciation from both fans and content creators, casters, etc. I think it's all good to see. But yeah, that was the longest overtime in RLCS LAN history. Absolute banger between BDS and Evil Geniuses, and those are my first thoughts on LAN after just getting back. Remember to swing by and ask any questions in the live streams next week. Maybe this weekend, actually. I'm not sure how available I'm going to be. I'm going to be probably trying to take it easy since I've just got back from a whole week of lack of sleep. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys on Twitch and more and in the YouTube comments as well. And thanks, as always, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.